New Millennium Audio presents 1968, The Year That Rocked the World, by Mark Kurlansky. Read by Christopher Cazenove. Introduction. The Year That Rocked the World. One of the pleasures of middle age is to find out that one was right, and that one was much righter than one knew at, say, 17 or 23. Ezra Pound, ABC of Reading. There has never been a year like 1968, and it is unlikely that there will ever be one again. At a time when nations and cultures were still separate and very different, and in 1968 Poland, France, the United States and Mexico were far more different from one another than they are today, there occurred a spontaneous combustion of rebellious spirits around the world. There had been other years of revolution. 1848 had been such a year, but in contrast to 1968, its events were confined to Europe, its rebellions confined to similar issues. There had been other global events, the result of global empire building. And there was that huge, tragic global event, World War II. What was unique about 1968 was that people were rebelling over disparate issues and had in common only that desire to rebel, ideas about how to do it, a sense of alienation from the established order, and a profound distaste for authoritarianism in any form. Where there was communism, they rebelled against communism. Where there was capitalism, they turned against that. The rebels rejected most institutions, political leaders, and political parties. It was not planned, and it was not organized. Rebellions were directed through hastily called meetings. Some of the most important decisions were made on a moment's whim. The movements were anti-authoritarian, and so were leaderless, or had leaders who denied being leaders. Ideologies were seldom clear, and there was widespread agreement on very few issues. In 1969, when a federal grand jury indicted 8 activists in connection with the demonstrations in Chicago in 1968, Abby Hoffman, one of the 8, said about the group, "We couldn't agree on lunch." And though rebellion was everywhere, rarely did these forces come together, or when they did, as with the civil rights, anti-war and feminist movements in the United States, or the labor and student movements in France and Italy, it was an alliance of temporary convenience, quickly dissolved. 4 historic factors merged to create 1968.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?